Download Adam Sank's last comedy album on Amazon, iTunes, or Google Play.
We're already in the shower together. The risk has been taken. If I don't blow you, the risk will have been for nothing.
Warning. The program you're about to hear contains highly offensive and indecent material.
Ryan, pull down your pants. JB, you start sucking.
The host, a comedian of questionable talent, speaks incessantly on topics of a sexual and scatological nature.
I will fuck you, but I will not eat you.
I want that fucking dick down my throat while I'm dicking him down.
I hope my mother's listening. Your ass became a rosebud?
Yeah, that's because I got dick down real good.
He asks questions of his celebrity guests that are highly inappropriate and rude.
Which of you has a bigger penis?
Oh, that's a good one. That's a fun, good one.
Going down on the clitoris?
Oh, yes.
Oh, I like where you're going with this.
For some reason, the word strap-on just comes right out of my mouth, Bianca.
Yeah, you said come and strap on in the same sentence.
And he cannot stop talking about his buttocks.
I think your butt is telling you, no mas, por favor.
This is the Adam Sank Show.
If it's in my hand, I'm gonna suck it.
Powered by DNR Studios. And now...
The one, the only, Adam Sank!
Bottom. Deck the halls with boughs of holly. Fa la 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 la. Hey, welcome to the Adam Sank Show. We are coming at you live if you're listening at 11 a.m. Eastern on Saturday, December 21st, 2019 at dnrstudios.com. And for the moment, Facebook Live. DNRstudios.com is the only place to hear this podcast live and throughout the week that it first airs. Leave us your ratings and reviews on iTunes or wherever else you listen to this ridiculous show. Email me at adam@adamsank.com. JB, are you interrupting me?
No, I'm doing other stuff.
Okay. Like the Facebook page, download my 2 comedy albums, and if you're listening to us live, give us a call and chat with us at 844-825-5367. This will be your last chance to call in 2019. Also, there's an important announcement for all the basic bitches. I am coming out of comedy retirement once again. I will be the celebrity MC of Elder Pride 2020 because that's now my demographic. Elders. Yes, elders. Elder Pride 2020 is happening in Oakland, California, February 13th through 16th. Visit the Elder Pride Facebook page for more information and ticket information. Today is our very special holiday ass, hence the singing at the top of the show. And just like last year, we are bringing in a professional musical artiste to serenade us with holiday carols. I'm thrilled that this year it'll be show favorite Marty Thomas. There he is, along with his accompanist, the gorgeous Alex Ortega. We're going to be talking to them later in the hour. By the way, I just learned that the word is accompanist and not accompanist. I always thought that there was an E, that it was I-E-S-T, but apparently not. Anyway, none of that matters right now because we need to introduce my co-host, everyone's favorite piglet, Ryan Frostig.
Happy holidays, you
Ryan, you're wearing a festive green hat.
I am.
You're like our little
donning
Grinch
now our gay apparel.
It is so gay. Also with us is JB, muttering behind the soundboard and generally freaking me out.
Hello, everyone. You know, we've been gone for so long. I have to make sure our side channels are up and running and they're actually working because we had an issue with Stream Guys this week. But, you know, we're all working, so we're live, ladies and gentlemen. You can hear us live.
Well, we appreciate that. I'm going to sign off. My mom is watching. Hey,
Hey,
Fi.
Mom.
So
Hey,
I'm gonna,
Mama Sake.
I'm going to sign off Facebook Live because you bitches aren't paying. If you want to subscribe to this podcast, go to dnrstudios.com, look up The Adam Sank Show. It's $7 a month. You don't just get me. You get, like, a host of podcasts, LGBTQ-friendly podcasts, all different kinds, daily, weekly. It's all right there, $7 a month. Otherwise, wait a week and hear us on iTunes. Bye, Facebook. Turn this shit off. All right. So, wow, I'm exhausted already.
That's exhausting.
Ryan,
That's exhausting to watch.
This is our first first live show since November 30th. We have since had our holiday concert with the New York City Gay Men's Chorus. Ryan was a dancer.
I danced.
He was prancing. He was dancing.
It was very joyous and festive and fun and great.
Also, Ryan has started rehearsal for a new play in which he plays a tree.
A birch tree.
And it's happening at La Mama.
La Mama.
What's
in
the
spring.
name of that play?
It's called Trees.
By Joyce Kilner. You don't even know who that
No.
is. Joyce Kilner wrote a poem. I think that I shall never see a poem lovely as a tree.
Oh, I know that poem.
It should be part of the play if it's not. Anyway, come see Ryan as a tree. More information on that later. What else happened? Oh, I had sex in a shower at the gym, and on the day of one of our concerts.
Oh, yes.
And I didn't know the person. And at the end of the sex, he goes, "Don't you have a concert to get to?"
Wow, that's.
And it turned out he was
creepy.
a fan, and the only time I ever meet a fan is when I'm doing something absolutely disgusting and probably illegal.
Yep, that's how that works.
Why is the shade bell so far away? By the way, here's what it sounded like. Ooh, turn that down, JB. That's a little loud. That's Ryan faking an orgasm
that's me.
on the air
Wow.
a few months ago.
Yeah.
All right, we have so much to talk about. I'm spending a lot of
Let's
time
get
on
into
bullshit.
it.
We're going to start with a very serious story. This may be the most serious story that we do all year, and it's the end of the year.
All right. Let's get into it.
Okay, it's a little complicated. So you know that Facebook is riddled with fake news and fake ads, and it's obviously a problem politically, and Mark
Yes.
Zuckerberg won't do anything about it, etc. Well, now it's affecting our community in a very specific way because what's happening is that there are all these ads flooding Facebook that say that PrEP is dangerous, that PrEP causes organ failure, kidney failure, it's bad for your bones. These advertisements, first of all, that's not accurate.
False.
Second of all, they are being paid for by, what do you call those? Like accident liability law firms. You know, when you're watching TV and it's like, have you had a slip and
Yeah.
fall? Or like Celino and Barnes injury attorney. Right. They're paying millions of dollars and they're targeting specifically gay men.
Right.
Which they can do on Facebook, saying like, if you've been injured by PrEP, which does all these terrible things to you, then call us. The fact is, the CDC and other scientific studies show that Truvada, the drug that goes into PrEP that people take to prevent contracting HIV, is overwhelmingly, the evidence is that it's a safe drug.
Yes.
Now, every drug has some risk of side effects and injury.
Of course.
And what these lawyers are banking on is that they will find the one queen out of, tens of thousands taking this who has suffered some deleterious effect, and then they can sue and make millions. As a result, there are now a lot of gay men out there who believe that PrEP is dangerous and they're not taking it. The fact is, not using PrEP, if you're sexually active and you don't use condoms, is far more dangerous than using PrEP. And as a personal anecdote, I was on a Tripla for 12 years. That's the HIV drug that I took. Truvada is one of the main ingredients in a Tripla. My kidneys, fine.
Right.
My bones, never been better.
Lovely.
The bottom line is, if you see one of these ads, report it
Yes.
as fake news, report it as spam, and if you have any questions about PrEP and its effects on you, ask your doctor,
Yes, honey.
your healthcare professional. Read what the CDC has to say. And in general, don't believe anything that you see on Facebook unless it is linked to a legitimate source like the New York Times, the Washington Post, etc.
Well, what does Facebook have to say about this?
Nothing. Facebook's not doing shit.
Yeah.
As usual.
As per usual.
It's all about the money, honey, for them. Now it's time for our weekly Natalia Orphan update.
Is she a sweet, young, lovable orphan? Or is she an evil dwarf in disguise? Time now for your Natalia update.
I live for these.
Okay, Natalia. I'm
gotta-
not going to.
yeah.
Do I need to recap again?
Can we get like the
All right.
spark notes?
So, once again, Natalia is the Ukrainian orphan who may or may not be a child, whose original adoptive parents abandoned her and fled to Canada, leaving her alone in their house, claiming that she was an evil adult dwarf disguised as a child and was terrorizing the family. She has since been adopted by a new family, has been living with them for years, and they seem to have no problems with her. The last time we were live on the air, we ran a clip of her on the Dr. Phil show. She seems totally normal.
Yeah.
She claims to be 16 now. She was allegedly abandoned at 8. Well, the original adoptive parents, the Barnetts, now have new charges filed against them. There were already charges pending of child abandonment. Now they're being charged with neglect because while she was in their custody, they allegedly refused to give her surgeries to correct problems caused by her dwarfism that caused her great pain. And so basically, they're charged with neglect of a dependent resulting in bodily injury. The Barnetts, of course, claim that Natalia planned to kill their 3 biological sons and Christine Barnett, used to stand over them as they slept, hid knives places, put Clorox in the coffee, etc. They even doubted whether Natalia was Ukrainian since they had someone speak to her in Russian and Ukrainian and she didn't understand what they were saying. But we got a phone call. But the amended affidavits cast doubt on the Barnetts' claim that they believed Natalia was an adult. There's now dental records that indicate that Natalia was about 8 or 9 years old in 2011. So it's looking more and more like the Barnetts just abandoned
just horrible people.
A disabled child and made up this whole thing about her being an evil orphan dwarf, although she is a dwarf, not evil. And I think this is the last time we're going to do this story because it used to be funny and now it's just increasingly sad.
Yeah, it's just gotten sad. I mean, that first initial when we first broke the news and we were
it was really the highlight of 2019.
I was really hoping for she's
it just seems
dwarf thing.
Yeah, it was just absurd, and now I feel
I find out she's a child.
She's a child who needed help and was abandoned, neglected. Was in pain. I mean, yeah, we got.
But I'm happy.
I'm still proud of that bumper that I worked so hard on. But I think it's at this point we're going to be charged with cruelty.
As you were recapping her backstory, I was thinking that should also be in song, like the Brady Bunch.
I should tell the whole story. Maybe I'll rewrite it for 2020. Yeah. Okay, we have a phone call, JB.
Yes, we do.
Could it possibly be Gail?
No, it's Kelly.
Kelly Milton?
Yes.
Oh my God!
Kelly!
Kelly.
Hi, honey.
Hi, honey. Kelly is one of my oldest friends. She lives in Melbourne, Florida, and she and her daughter Anaya are huge fans of the ass.
Huge fans.
It's Anya.
What?
It is Anya.
Oh, I say your name wrong all this time?
Yes.
Oh my God, Kelly.
You can just call her Ani or Anya, but we wanted just to call and wish you guys a happy holidays.
Thank you so much. Can I just say that I knew it was Anya from the beginning, and Adam corrected me to tell me it was Anaya.
Why is there an I in the middle of it if it's Anya?
It's Anya.
I'm sorry, but you're both saying your name wrong.
No, actually, technically, we pronounce it Anya, but because you know how it is when you have a messed up name in school, she just calls it Anya because she doesn't want to be correcting her teachers all the time.
Anya, is it true that you're really an evil dwarf masquerading as a child?
Yes, she is evil. She's not, however, a dwarf because she's taller than I am.
Oh
my goodness.
Anaya, how old are you at this point?
Anya.
I'm sorry, Anya, how old are you?
I am 15.
Can you believe that a 15-year-old listens to this filth and her mother allows her to?
I simply cannot, but it brings me so much joy. And Anya, I am a huge fan of yours, and your Facebook posts make me very happy.
Side note, she's getting a whole bunch of sexual education that they probably don't teach in school.
Exactly.
So high five to
but it's the wrong kind of sex. Like,
Well, it's good to be well-rounded. It's good to have, it's good to have a nice... I don't know where I was going with this.
I don't know either. All right, so you guys, what did you call in to say?
We just seriously wanted to say happy holidays. Anya finally had a chance to catch you guys, so we figured we'd call.
Oh,
thank you so much.
Happy holidays.
I love you both. Kelly, I've loved you since 7th grade, even when you hated me.
I hated you for about 2 weeks, and then I realized that you were about to be my partner in crime if we were ever going to survive that school.
That's right, honey. We were at an evil middle school. All right, well, love to you both. Love to the dog. Thank you so much for listening, and have the merriest of Christmases.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
Speaking of Christmas, I do have to thank Gail, who sent us lovely gifts.
Yes.
I got Elmo socks.
Yes, Mama Gail.
I got
that could be Gail.
Oh my goodness.
What'd you get?
I got Bugs Bunny and then the Martian.
Cute.
I got
Socks.
Tasmanian, the devil. I enjoy it. It's
Adorable.
This party animal.
And then
yes, it is Gail.
someone got us a box of sex toys, and we don't know who.
Who is this person?
So if that was you, please fess up. We're very appreciative, and I want to thank Derek and Romaine for the lovely holiday crate, including the 2020 DNR Studios calendar.
Oh yes,
for which Ryan and I are the April poster children.
Just little bunnies, just two little for Easter.
Two little gay bunnies.
Caller, you say what?
Gail?
Yes.
Hi, Gail. We love your
Merry
socks.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you
I
so
hope
much for
they
the socks.
fit.
Oh,
I
they'll
hope
fit.
Okay, here's the thing. I didn't want to get Christmas socks because then you can only wear them at Christmas. Now you can wear them all year round.
You're right.
You're so thoughtful.
They're adorable. They're perfect. I'm going to wear one on my penis. I hope that's okay.
That's fine. That's perfect. Only if you take pictures and send me one.
Absolutely. Gail, what are you doing for Christmas?
Not a damn thing.
Aw.
Honestly, the weather gets cold and then warm and cold and warm. So half the time, I forget it's even December.
Gail, are you talking to us from a padded cell? The echo is really unbelievable.
No, but I was calling to tell you that I had to crank your volume up very high. I don't usually have to.
Uh-oh, JB, are our levels bad?
You got some splaining to do.
I'm just calling from my regular phone.
Gail, thank you so much for that, because we need a
Oh, you're welcome.
We need a sound
Feedback
check
is
from the
important.
audience. I apologize
and-
if our levels have been too low. I will spank JB's bare bottom when the show is over.
Well, give it a little spank for me, too.
I will. And Gail, we really thought you had sent us the sex toys. Now we don't know who sent us those.
It's a Tinga box.
I don't know where down here you would even buy sex toys.
In Myrtle Beach?
I'm sure there's a spot.
Yeah.
Or several.
All right,
Well, pictures with socks on penises will do just nicely.
you got it, baby. We both love you. We all love,
love
you.
you.
Merry Christmas.
I love you, boys. Have a very good holiday.
Happy
Thanks,
New Year.
Gail.
Stay warm.
Kisses. Bye.
Kisses.
Bye.
That was so nice.
Yeah, it's lovely to hear from some listeners.
Yeah.
Brian, a British man has been sentenced to life in prison for killing a friend of his because his friend dropped his pants
Oh.
and showed him his enormous dick.
Oh my
Wait, so did
goodness.
he kill him by choking on his dick? Like, if the man's dropping his pants in front of you, you better satisfy him before you off someone. Especially with a big penis. Like, you better swallow it down, girl.
That was not how he killed him.
And scene.
Let's see. According to friends, the victim, Paul Lundy, 48, was known for drunkenly exposing himself in front of people at parties to show off the size of his penis. Which, by the way, I've said this before. If I had a big penis, this is what I would do.
Always
too.
show it.
I would just be always out.
Yeah.
They say that the exhibitionist was a ladies' man, but Nathan Calder, 28-year-old of Kidderminster, I guess that's somewhere in the UK, was found guilty last Wednesday of Lundy's murder. They'd been drinking together at Lundy's house back in May when the attack occurred. They described each other as good friends. Oh, this is terrible. He had notable facial injuries. It sounds like he was, let's see, Calder admitted stabbing Lundy, but claimed that he had been sexually propositioned and manhandled by him. Other people who knew Lundy said that's bullshit because he thought he was God's gift to ladies and just a little too affectionate. His son said he was proud of the size of his, this is a quote, he was proud of the size of his penis. It was a potty trick.
What? Okay.
You know, Milton Berle used to do this. Milton Berle, the comedian, television, early TV comedian, had an enormous dick and was very proud of like showing it off and would just like take it out and put it on the table.
Like, okay, if you're presenting penis, I don't know if any game
Presenting penis.
If you're presenting penis, I'm sucking it down like for the gods, especially if it's big. Like, I am dick worshiping the fuck.
All right,
out.
I'm just picturing Kelly and Anya like listening to this.
I am so sorry.
No, but I do think that it's one thing to say, hey, put your dick away. It's another thing to kill the person in order to have said dick put away.
No, there's absolutely no defense, particularly if he was just showing it off. Now, if someone assaults you and you literally defend yourself with a knife and accidentally kill them, that's a different thing. But it doesn't sound like that's what happened here. But it just goes to show you.
I can't wait to
You
hear
know there's
this.
going to be a moral.
Yes.
Even if you have a huge dick, you shouldn't just be like showing it to people without their consent.
Exactly. Consent is key.
I just want to say to all the big dicked men out there, you have my unconditional consent.
And
Mine too.
JB's.
Yeah.
You know,
You can show me your
as,
dick.
as I said, I will suck it to the high gods.
Oh my!
I can't
I tried
guarantee
to do
that
that.
for you.
Oh my God! What's with the sound? Okay. Sorry, Ryan.
Oh no, I was just saying I won't. I can't guarantee that I'll suck it, but I'll definitely give it an applause or a salute.
This is the best holiday show ever.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Jason Derulo says his enormous penis was edited out of the movie Cats.
Oh, I saw this.
Jason Derulo's dick has been in the news literally all month. There's been story after story. First, he posted this thirst trap picture on Instagram where he was like wearing like tight.
Yes.
This is a clip from Cats, by the way. Where he was wearing shorts or a bathing suit or something, and you could see the outline of this very big dick. It wasn't obscene. You couldn't see like head or veins, but Instagram deleted it.
Ooh.
And he was furious about that.
First of all, Jason Derulo is real fine. And
Yeah.
He has me, girls, I'm sucking it for high heavens.
JB's obsessed with sucking dick today.
I've been on a real path.
Dickcember.
Yeah, bro.
Destroy
After
your dick
Donut
December.
November.
Well, so then he came out with a statement and said, "I can't help my size." He wrote, "Fuck you mean? I have underwear on." A spokesperson for Facebook, which owns Instagram, said the post violated the site's guidelines by featuring aroused genitalia. He claims he was not aroused. So then in Cats, he's running around in tights, and you can,
I can't with that.
And apparently, it was very exposed. I mean, you could see the whole thing through the underwear. So they they digitized it out because it's a family movie,
Right.
And cats aren't supposed to have like giant penises. According to Cocktails and Cock Talk, Jason also responded to a porn offer. He was offered $500,000 to do porn. He responded by saying, "I'm going to need a way bigger bag than that." He also confirmed, "I was not aroused. I was literally like getting out of the water. I don't want to say I was shriveled up. I definitely didn't have a cold shrivel. It seems more to the front. If it's on the side and it's just chilling on the side, it's a semi." This is all from Derulo. "An arousal looks different. It's a different vibe. When it's fully aroused, it's a different beast."
Ooh.
So he's having a lot of fun.
Which cat does he play?
Oh, this is a good question. I'll tell you in a second.
Is he McCavity or is he?
No, he's just a side cat.
No, he's got to be one of the like.
He's McCockety.
Because I was aroused by.
He's the Rum Tum Tugger.
Oh yeah, the Rum Tum Tugger is really hot.
Which is perfect.
Yeah,
because there are a lot of people that want to
rum and tum
tug
and
on that,
and yeah, all that.
That's hilarious. Meanwhile, I have a question for everyone. Does Eminem have a secret gay sex tape?
I hope so.
I hope so too. Nick Cannon claims that he does. Nick Cannon and Eminem have been in a feud for 10 years. It goes back to 2009 when Eminem claimed that he had dated Mariah, which Mariah denies, and he said some shit about her.
During the time she was married to him.
Can you swallow your bagel before you chime in? Yeah. So I don't want to get into it because it's so boring and there's nothing less interesting to me than a rap battle. The only reason I'm mentioning it is because of the gay sex angle.
Yes.
Anyway, so over the past couple months, it's been like really intense. Nick keeps releasing songs and raps where he disses Eminem. Eminem has mostly ignored it.
Nick does?
Yes.
He's releasing music?
Yeah, like on his own.
Oh, okay.
On like YouTube and stuff.
Yeah.
Nick's like lost his mind. He wears like a turban now. He's become super militant. And apparently he and Mariah are still very close, even though they're divorced.
Right.
So he, I wish I could find the verse, but basically he said that Eminem's chauffeur has video of Eminem sucking a cock.
Oh. The chauffeur.
And so Eminem wrote back, this is on Twitter, "You mad, bro? Stop lying on my dick. I never even had a chauffeur, you bougie fuck." Clown face emoji.
Wow.
It's an interesting denial.
Mm-hmm.
He's not saying he never sucked a dick.
There you go.
He's just saying he never had a chauffeur. So, I don't know. Eminem, if you ever saw the movie The Interview, Eminem comes out, he plays himself, and he comes out as gay, like on like an Access Hollywood type show. It's very funny. I don't think he's got an issue with gay people. I know he's had homophobic lyrics. I know he's had misogynistic lyrics. He's like real close with Elton John. He apparently got Elton John and David Furnish matching cock rings for their wedding.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
I think he's okay with it. And I think if he were gay, he really would come out.
I'm sure that he's one of those people that, like, over time has become more.
I'm sure he's seen a cockatoo. Meanwhile, it's time now for our RuPaul's Drag Race update with our RPDR correspondent, Ryan Frosting.
Shantae, you stay.
I actually don't have.
Of course you don't, but I have it.
Well, no, I don't even have rundowns.
Yeah. Well, that's JB's fault. Yeah. Go ahead, Ryan.
So it's the end of the decade. We've just recently celebrated 10 years of RuPaul's Drag Race.
Wow.
I know, it's crazy. And what's crazy is that I think right now we're actually starting to see, like in the past year or two, is really the huge surge of its sort of catapult into the mainstream. There was an interview that was Alaska and Bob the Drag Queen and a lot of the other winners. They were talking about what their favorite season was.
They were surveyed.
Yeah. And both said that season 4 is the best season of Drag Race. And I would agree that it was I don't know if it's the best season, but I think it was the season. This was the season that Sharon Needles was the winner, and it was the first time that mainstream, or at the time that version of the mainstream, was seeing sort of weird artistic dark drag and not sort of fishy pageant female impersonation. So it was kind of a big deal that she won, and it began this sort of golden age of Drag Race, season 4, season 5, season 6, where the show really started to like come into its own and become what it is today. But I think that those earlier seasons, it was sort of pre-Instagram, so the fan base hadn't become what it is now. And I think that even though those queens were getting attention, they weren't necessarily like, the factory hadn't been created yet.
Do you agree that season 4 is the best?
I don't think it's the best. I think season 6 is the best, Bianca's season, only because it was the first season that I felt was really well produced and had a strong cast. You know how they're always talking about, thank you, JV. You know how they're always talking about like filler queens?
Yes.
I think season 6 was the first season where the filler queens were actually really funny and really entertaining, like Gia Gunn and Jocelyn Fox. Like these were queens that were actually really entertaining and were good competitors. Sometimes you see those queens that get on and it's kind of like, okay, you know that they're going to go home first.
Right.
I just think that it was that was really Drag Race in its prime. But I do think that season 4 was sort of the beginning of the phenomenon. I think everything that came before it was still super underground, and then season 4 came around and Sharon Needles won, and it was sort of like, whoa, what is this thing? And then people wanted to get
Good to know.
Yeah.
Well, once again, we dedicate this segment to Anya Milton.
Yes.
Not Anaya, but Anya,
Anya.
because this is her favorite part of the ass.
Being right about that is one of the best things.
Ryan, you're right. I'm wrong.
Thank
I
you.
eat my heart out.
Thank you, Adam.
You drink my milkshake.
Thank you so much.
You know, Ryan and I were talking off the air a couple days ago about how the winner of Project Runway gets, what, like $500,000?
Yeah.
And what is the winner of Drag Race?
It's $100,000. It's $100,000, a lifetime supply. It changes.
Yeah, what the hell is a lifetime supply?
So it used to be a sickening supply, and then it was a lifetime supply. I don't know a year's supply. I don't know what it is now. I don't remember. But it's not a huge prize package. When you think about how much the show has blown up over the past couple of years, you would think that one of these seasons they would just go like 150 or like...
It would increase over time. But as I pointed out to Ryan, when you win Project Runway, you might never be heard from again. You certainly might not be rich.
Right.
You know, it's very hard to be a successful fashion designer. Even if you are a success, you can lose all your money in your business and, you know, end up working at a McDonald's. if you're on RuPaul's Drag Race, even if you're the first queen to go home, you can probably get club gigs for the rest of your life.
Well, and that's what I was saying. So now when you go on RuPaul's Drag Race, now your career is just basically it's not handed to you per se, but like every single one of those queens knows exactly what the other side of Drag Race looks like. They all know to get their merch ready. They know to get their social media stuff together.
They have a team.
There's a package involved now.
I love a package.
I love a package too. So yeah, I'm excited for this phenomenon to carry on. Yeah.
Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you, Adam.
Once again.
Yes.
We're getting very close to our musical segment with our fabulous guests. But speaking of holiday music, so every year this question of is Baby It's Cold Outside about date rape resurfaces.
Yes.
And John Legend released a new version which gets rid of the rapey lyrics and sort of sanitized version.
Kelly Clarkson.
With Kelly Clarkson. Thank you, JB. So there's no question as to what the intentions are. Well, two comedian friends of mine, including Rick Chrome, who's been on this show, Rick Chrome and Veronica Mosey made a hilarious video where it was supposed to be like PBS has unearthed this rare footage of Frank Lesser and his wife, the composer Frank Lesser, performing the original version, which is even more offensive and rapier than the one that we're used to. And it's funny because, you know, they can both really sing and Rick plays the piano. So here is Rick Chrome and Veronica Mosey with their parody of the original version of Baby It's Cold Outside.
Let's take a listen.
I really can't stay.
But baby, it's cold outside.
Please get out of my way.
Please let me lick your thighs.
This evening has been
I can't wait to pound you.
a threat to me.
Mind if I watch you while you
My
pee?
mother will call the
No one can make me stop.
My father will be pounding your door.
Throw your clothes right here on the floor.
So really, please let me scream.
Now's the time to worry.
Hey, when did you padlock the door?
Hi, you didn't notice before.
Can you loosen these links?
The basement is cold down there.
Say what's in this drink?
You'll soon be out cold, I swear.
I wish I knew how.
Your eyelids are heavy.
To find my way.
You'll never see the light of day.
I'm trying to say no, no.
I moved in like a bulldozer.
At least I can say that I tried.
Get inside the box now and cry.
I really must go.
No, I don't think so. Oh, but it's cold outside.
So good.
Come on.
That's awesome.
That is fantastic. I love those two. Let me tell you something. I've tried multiple times to get Veronica Mosey on this show because she would be a terrific guest. She's one of those potential guests who's always like, I think I can do that date, but let me get back to you. And then she never can. She's very busy. But she and Rick are two of the funniest people I know. I've done a million shows with them. And Rick, really straddles both comedy and Broadway. He was in Footloose on Broadway. You're in Town. He created musical. He's such a talented person. We got to get him back too. All right, it's time for our weekly LGBTQ Pride update. Hit it, Ann Steele. Love really can take us there.
Can it?
Let's just take us where all of our dreams
All our
can.
dreams. They can fly. They will fly. Mine have already flown out the door.
Ryan, you're getting a little too excited.
Oh my God, I'm sorry. It's just Ann Steele. She just. Oh yes, thank you, Ann.
So there are no Pride celebrations happening anywhere, of course, because it's Christmas week. But LGBTQ Pride people around the world continue to be proud of our fight, our struggle, our heritage, our fabulousness, our talent. You're about to see, I don't even know if both of them are gay. We're going to find out, but one of them certainly is. We're about to see their talents. So let's all say what we're proud of this week, starting with Ryan.
Oh God. I'm proud of my new job and the success that I have had there. In a short time, I just got my first holiday bonus.
Come on, bonus.
Yes. So that's exciting.
That's
I'm
wonderful.
Proud of, I'm proud of that work.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
JB?
I'm proud to be here. Like, life has thrown many curveballs this year, and I feel I stand up on my own, and it's great.
That's beautiful, JB. I'm proud of you, too. I'm proud just that we did our holiday concerts and once again learned all those words and all those notes
Wow.
and went to all those
Some of us
rehearsals.
did.
Even though they stick me in the 8th row and no one can fucking see me, I'm still proud to be part of the New York City Gay Men's Chorus.
Yes.
On that note, let me shift here. We are thrilled to have these two guests in studio with us to celebrate the holidays. As listeners know and love Marty Thomas for his music and for all the times he's been a fabulous guest and fill-in co-host on this show. His new album, Slow Dancing with a Boy, dropped on December 6th and has been, no exaggeration, burning up the charts ever since, soaring to number 19 on the iTunes pop charts. Not like the gay pop charts, the real pop charts, 19. But also in studio today, we have another beautiful and talented man, guitarist and musical director Alex Ortega. They're both here. Alex is holding his guitar. Marty is holding his penis. They are going to perform live for us, so please give a warm-ass welcome to Marty Thomas and Alex Ortega. Hey, guys.
Hey.
Hello.
How are you? Alex, you're going to have to get a lot closer to that microphone.
Yeah, I'm trying to not bump into stuff.
Welcome to you both. Marty, congratulations on the album.
Thank you.
Yeah, congrats.
Are you thrilled and amazed by the success?
Both of those things. I'm completely amazed. It was my first studio album in 17 years, and your proud segment got me thinking. I am so proud of this year that I've had.
As well, you should be. It's a wonderful album.
It really
Thanks,
is.
Adam. Thank you.
And after you did this show a little early on in your press tour, once the album dropped, you were everywhere. I saw you on every gay blog and every gay magazine. I don't know who your publicist is, but you're not paying them enough. You got some really good press.
Thank you.
And
Thank
great
you.
notices. Everyone agreed that it was really a stunning achievement.
Thank you. I think I've been a hustler for, you've known me for a long time, and I've been hustling for a long time in the city. And I think I was really pleasantly surprised that my friends in press and podcasts and blogs and things really did me a solid with promoting this album.
Well, we all respect and admire your talent, but also you're a good guy.
Thank you.
And that makes it easy to promote you. Some people are talented, but they're assholes.
There really are a lot of those, aren't there?
We'll still have them on the show, but then we'll talk about them behind their backs afterwards. I also love this sort of zebra hat that you've got going on.
Where do you see zebra?
It's not
Where do you see
zebra.
Isn't that like a...
You ever seen a zebra?
Is it brown cow?
It's brown cow and stunning.
Stunning. No, it's
like a cheetah that you'd never actually see in nature. It's fuzzier than a cheetah.
It's like a New Jersey cheetah.
Yeah.
Like a Dalmatian that maybe was playing in the mud.
Now you're here with Alex Ortega. We've never seen Alex before, and he's a very handsome man.
I live my life incognito, man, like my browser history,
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
There you go. Incognito window. Well, we want to get to know you a little bit. So, you got a man, a woman, a cat, a dog?
I got a girlfriend. She's a nurse.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're a heterosexual.
Yeah, I'm boring, man.
JB just got really turned on when you said you were heterosexual.
I did. Hi,
It's
how
a
you
challenge for him.
Merry Christmas, man.
How long have you been with the girlfriend?
What's up?
How long have you had the girlfriend?
A few years. On and off, but on for the past couple.
Now, do you like it when she wears her nurse's uniform during the act of love?
No, honestly, it never happens, mainly because, she works in the ER at New York Presbyterian, and it's disgusting. So,
That's not a turn-on for you?
Yeah, no, before the show, when you were talking about, the sex toys and what to do them, and, there was, the amount of times that somebody comes in with something stuck up their butt that they couldn't get out.
Yeah,
She tells me every
and
time.
that's just me and Ryan.
Alex, we talk about this all the time on the show. What has been the strangest thing your girlfriend has actually seen up an ass?
Well, it wasn't that it was so strange, but it was that they just left them with all the regular nurses instead of putting them in a psych area. There was somebody tripping out on meth because they stuck a meth ball.
Oh,
I guess the equivalent of a meth 8-ball straight up their ass.
Oh my god!
And was just
they were insane,
going insane in the emergency room.
Listeners, don't try that at
That's
home.
meth.
Yeah, let's not do
really
that.
Anya, if you're listening.
Wait, you guys have talked about this before. What's the weirdest thing you guys have come up with?
Well, we read a whole article about it that they had polled medical professionals and ER people and asked them. And so the one was a porcelain pig that a guy had stuck up his butt, which totally makes sense to me.
Porcelain?
Yeah.
Porcelain, maybe the
Or ceramic, like a little ceramic pig.
Isn't that breakable?
Yeah, that's what
Wouldn't
I
you
would
want
be
something more
scared of in that
durable? I
scenario.
I feel like that's one of the better things to have up your ass. It's smooth and it's hard to break that.
Yeah, if it's ceramic, because then it's like got like structural integrity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't there like a grilled cheese sandwich?
Oh, yeah.
That was trapped in a woman's fold because she was so large, and when they removed it from her fold, she said, "Oh, that's where that went."
Oh no!
Whoa!
Did someone? I feel like someone stick tuna fish up somewhere.
There was a tuna fish sandwich. There was coleslaw. A lot of it was food in women's vaginas.
That's crazy.
I dated an ER doctor once who said the weirdest thing he had ever removed from somebody was new potatoes. Like a bunch, he had 14 of them in, and he was like, and that was just the second time. And I was like, what do you mean? He said, well, we had to like C-section him up to get them out the first time. And I'm like, and then when he healed, he went back for more.
Oh my
He was
God.
like, they always go back for more.
They always go back.
Everyone
for
knows
more.
if you're going to stick potatoes up your butt, they should be old potatoes, not new potatoes. On that note, why don't we? I want to talk to you guys a little later about how you met and started collaborating, but let's get a live song for the listeners. Marty Thomas and Alex Ortega here on the Adam Sank Show.
Sleigh bells ring. Are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening. A beautiful sight. We're happy tonight, walking in a winter wonderland.
Gone away is the bluebird, here to stay is a new bird to sing a love song while we stroll along, walking in a winter wonderland.
In the meadow we can build a snowman. We'll pretend that he is Parson Brown.
He'll say, are you married? We'll say, no, man, but you can do the job while you're in town.
Later on, we'll conspire as we dream by the fire to face unafraid the plans that we made, walking in a winter wonderland. In the meadow we can build a snowman. We'll pretend that he is Parson Brown.
Well, he'll say, are you married? We'll say, no, man, but you can do the job while you're in town.
Later on, we'll conspire as we dream by the fire to face unafraid the plans that we made, walking in a winter wonderland. Oh, walking in a winter wonderland. Walking in a winter wonderland.
Yes, that was fantastic.
Thanks,
Alex,
man.
in addition to playing guitar, you have a beautiful voice, and the two of you, your voices sound so nice together.
So
Thanks.
nice. So
That's
smooth.
really him, though. He can make anybody sound good. Like, I force air out, but he like shapes the air around it to sound better.
I think
You
both
crazy.
have such a lovely tone. How did you meet? How did you collaborate? Tell us the story.
We got paired together on a gig at the W Hotel. There was a series that Alex was really very instrumental in curating that was a Broadway series that weekly would feature a full Broadway cast, and Alex would arrange shows around the Broadway cast, like Hamilton and Natasha Pierre, and many great casts. And every once in a while, they would bring in a guest that wasn't actually in that show to just do a number or two. And I think it was Natasha Pierre and the Comet.
You were for Natasha Pierre was the second time. I think the first time was Holiday Inn.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Possibly.
I love
And we
that
got paired
show.
together to do a couple of numbers together, and we just in the rehearsal, the brief rehearsal we had before the gig, we really hit it off and started doing a lot of gigs together.
Yeah, there's a lot of pictures and video of you guys online. I was like, did they date? What's going on here?
Yes.
Yeah, he's my
Musical,
straight man.
Musically.
Is Alex on your album?
He's not on my album, but he's in just about every concert I've done in the last couple of years. He'll be at my album release on January 5th.
Nice.
I recorded the album in Orlando, so I used all local musicians and, of course, flew in a lot of singers that guested on the album, but used all local musicians.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
I would love it if the two of you just released like an acoustic album together.
We were actually joking about it
Yeah.
when we got together and hung out. This should have been a 15-minute rehearsal, but we got high and it took 5 hours.
Yeah, pretty much.
If I had $1 for every time.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
all
why else
part
would
of
you
the
make
Ryan
art?
Frostig plan.
You know?
Plan now.
Plan it, don't do it.
Yeah.
Alex, tell us about yourself in terms of your where'd you grow up and how'd you come to this musical life?
Oh, I started playing as an adult, honestly.
Wow.
Yeah, no, I had cancer in college. And I was
Wow.
playing soccer up at Fordham. And then they were like, oh, well, you just got to sit on your ass the next 6 months. So I was like, oh, fuck, like, what am I going to do? So I smoked a lot of weed and taught myself guitar. And then, you know, I feel like probably a year after I graduated, there was an open mic across the street from where I was living with my dad. So a place called the West End on 107 and West End where Broadway splits. And they had an open mic back when it was the Underground Lounge. And I just showed up one day with a guitar. And there were some girls in the back that were complaining that nobody played any black music. So I sang some Marvin Gaye, and they're like, hey, man, you want to help host the show? The guy who runs it has to move back to Texas. So I got my first show, and I knew like 4 chords.
Wow.
So I would like learn every fucking week on stage, and then, you know, every few years something would happen where I'd like sit in with a band, and they'd be like, hey, you want to join the band? I'd be like, sure. And so it all happened like really organically. Like when I met Marty, like I want to say like less than 6 months before that, I was working a regular construction job, and I got sick. I got sick and had to stop working. I like had to resign because I just was unable to.
What kind of cancer did you have?
I had bladder cancer.
Wow.
I was young.
Yikes. And they treated it and
Yeah.
You're okay?
Yeah. And then I had like some other things, just, you know, just random stuff over years. But like those things were building up. And so I had to resign from my job. Not like 2 days later, I get a call from my buddy Daniel Watts, who's now in Tina. He's playing Ike Turner.
Oh, wow.
And like he's a million fucking TV shows now. He's killing it. That's why he doesn't answer my phone calls now. But yeah, he brought me into the W, and that's kind of where I met folks. And I was just it was
The W Hotel.
Yeah, where like I was MDing those shows, and I would meet a new cast every 2 weeks. And so like that kept me employed. Like I wasn't sure how I was going to make money. I just needed to take time for my
What an
body to
incredible
heal.
story.
Yeah, it's been pretty sweet.
It's really inspiring. I feel like if I were ever diagnosed with cancer, God forbid, like I would spend 6 months watching Netflix. Like you spent 6 months, like just teaching yourself a new art.
Well, sometimes
and so
just
well
fight.
that you could do it professionally. Like
Yeah,
that's
it's
fucking amazing.
Well, but you know what? It's like I probably would be a much lazier person without it. Like, you know, just historically, I wouldn't have made the same choices. Like all of a sudden, like you just have this weird, like psychological switch that turns on that you're like, oh, fuck, I might die. Fuck this shit. And then you just like start practicing stuff just so you don't like get caught up in that thought every day, you know?
I'd like to think that I could do that. But
I would
just
like to
I
think
would be
that as
so
well.
lazy and like I would just be a nihilist and be like, fuck everything.
But Alex is I think he's my most interesting friend. You know, I have a side hustle. I'm a hairdresser.
Yes.
Pretty full time. Alex works in construction.
Yeah,
That's his
which
side
is
gig.
so sexy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not like, I'm actually like the guy who just like dresses nicer on the construction site. So
You're like
everybody
the supervisor.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah, I do the paperwork, just make sure people get paid.
You don't have the hard hat and the.
No, I wear a hard hat.
you
and
do?
shit. Yeah. No, like
But he's the one in the suit that catches somebody in a tawdry position.
That's not.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'd
Yeah,
like to see
I'm the
Alex.
guy that's like, hey, don't smoke weed on the site. Yeah, and like not knowing that when I go home, I'm gonna spark one up. You know.
Yeah, I was like, note to self.
Is everyone in this room a stoner except for me?
Alex just got super hotter in my book.
Right, because he's smoking pot.
Yeah.
Because now you think you
Hard
can get
hat
him.
And hard hat and all. It just everything works.
That's one thing my girlfriend tries to make me like wear, not during sex, but just in general around the house. She's like, put your hard hat on. I'm like, no. Why would I do that?
She'll put her little nurse. The problem with the nurse's costume is it isn't what it used to be. Like
Right.
Yeah.
now nurses wear those
Scrubs.
ugly green smocks and like sweatpants. Like nurses aren't
Yeah,
sexy.
now they have those scrubs that are supposed to be like chic fashion. It's called Fig or something.
Oh, look
They're
at
trying-
you, Ryan.
I know.
All right, well, before we waste any more time talking about that, let's hear another a holiday favorite. And once again, I thank you guys so much for coming in and doing this. I love Christmas music. And so it's just a treat for me at the end of the year. Last year, we had the lovely Erica Amato, who, if she's listening, we send our love to you and wish you very happy holidays. But this year, we have Marty Thomas and Alex Ortega, so they're going to play another song for us. So hit it.
All right. Okay. I start this one off, right?
Yeah.
Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
It doesn't show signs of stopping, and I've brought some corn for popping. The lights are turned way down low. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
When we finally kiss goodnight, how I hate going out in the storm.
But if you really hold me tight,
all the way home I'll be warm. The fire is slowly dying, and my dear, we're still goodbying. As long as you love me so, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. When we finally kiss goodnight, how I hate going out in the storm.
but if you really hold me tight,
All the way home I'll be warm. The fire is slowly dying, and my dear, I'm still goodbying. As long as you love me so. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas.
let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
Yes, wow.
Absolutely wonderful.
So good.
I love when you guys went up on those jazz chords in the last verse. That was really beautiful. Do you get nervous performing live?
Really depends. It depends on the situation. I had a concert this weekend or last weekend with Jason Robert Brown, which I don't know if he like rings tingles in your
He
head
rings
like
our
he does mine.
bells. Yeah.
But he heard a track of his that I did on the album and invited me to do like a night with him with his orchestra and
Holy
his
shit.
choir, and it was just kind of a big deal. And I was a wreck all day, just a wreck. But generally speaking, I just get kind of excited. I get like excited jitters, not so much nerves. Adrenaline. But that day, I think I was very nervous.
Yeah. Sometimes when I'm on stage or when I have been on stage, I have a moment where I sort of leave my body.
Same.
It's not so much nervousness. It's just like, oh, what am I doing here? And then you have to like quickly go back in.
Yeah,
Otherwise
I feel like
you're gonna lose it.
I feel like I black out. Like the moment I get on stage, I black out, and then when it's over, I like don't remember what happened.
I just took an acting class with Jack Plotnick. I don't know if you know his name, but he's one of those actors that you don't know immediately recognize him, but he's literally in everything.
Yeah.
I met him on Grace and Frankie, and he's in every show. He wrote the musical Disaster as well.
Oh,
okay.
He has this ebook, this free ebook online that talks about his philosophies, and his class is like just a door opener. I feel like every performer, every public speaker, every actor should take his class because it talks all about shedding nerves and talking about the vultures on your shoulder and that feeling of leaving your body and watching yourself, which he's like, that's not possible.
Right.
It's not, you can't do that.
Right.
So you've just got to tell that vulture to shut up. And some of his
Shut up,
philosophies, I think,
vulture.
are just so
You
great.
shut up.
Well,
You shut up.
it's time now for everyone's favorite quiz show, Ask Me No Questions.
Ask me no question. Ask me no question.
Alex, what's the worst Christmas song of all time?
Oh, what was that one that you played the other day? It was the Hawaiian Christmas one.
Melekaliki-maka.
It was just weird. It was just like some white people in the 50s, like we took over Hawaii and they were like, "Fuck the natives, let's write a song."
It is a terrible
know?
song, but you know what I learned about Melekalikimaka? The reason why that's how you say Merry Christmas in Hawaiian is because they don't have any sound for R or S.
Oh,
There's
that's
literally
hilarious.
no sound in the language. So Merry Christmas becomes Melekalikimaka, which is kind of interesting. But
That's
yes,
cool.
it's shitty. What do you say, Marty? Worst Christmas song?
Oh, worst Christmas song? It's really, I mean, like anything off of Justin Bieber's holiday album.
Oh my God.
Ass opener.
Oh wait, that's the wrong one. Sorry.
Shade.
Yeah.
What else?
I love Christmas music.
Me
It's
too.
hard. I think I would harken back to like O Tenenbaum. Bores me to tears.
I'm gonna have to go with "I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas."
I love that song.
It makes me angry.
Why?
Because
even know that one.
her voice is fucking annoying.
Do you just
I
think
don't
it's
like
an
what
evil
adults
dwarf
try to
singing
sound
it?
like. Yeah, sounds like Natalia singing it. Ryan.
Last Christmas.
Oh, by Wham.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What?
I'm not a fan of that either.
Oh, really?
No.
JB.
I think all Christmas songs are kind of poopy.
What a room.
Poopy?
Happy Kwanzaa, man.
Thank you.
Next question. This is a 12 Days of Christmas quiz, and you have to answer quickly. Marty, how many Lords of Leaping are there?
8?
Wrong.
10.
10. Very good,
Oh, I
Alex.
thought it was 9.
Alex, how many geese laying are there?
7 geese a laying.
Wrong. It's
6.
6. You both failed the 12
Yeah.
Days of Christmas
Yeah.
quiz.
It's hard.
It's hard. I had
I
to
take
actually...
it back. That's the worst Christmas song.
Oh,
I love 12 Days,
Yeah,
especially when the Muppets do it.
No, but I like all of the variations of it, like all the parodies.
Parodies
and all
are
the,
great.
Yeah,
I like the Muppets one where Miss Piggy keeps going. Marty, what's the best Christmas gift you ever got?
Best Christmas gift I ever got. A day off.
I hear
Amen.
you. Yeah,
That's amazing.
No family, no work, just alone
you're a
time.
simple man.
Yeah.
Alex, best Christmas gift?
1997 Nintendo 64.
Specific.
Yeah, that is specific. Who'd that come from?
That was my parents. Yeah, no, that shit changed my life because then I didn't have to talk to friends all the time.
How old were you in 1997? Do I want to
I
know?
was 9.
Oh,
For real?
baby.
Yeah, I was born in '88.
Liar.
I'm
I
31.
was 17 then. Have either of you ever had sex in which either you or your partner was dressed as Santa?
No.
My
Ryan?
beard was pretty long.
I have these Santa boxer shorts
Okay.
that have a little like white trim on the bottom,
Sure.
and I wore those prior to having sex.
I think I may have gotten or given head while wearing a Santa hat. I think that's possible. Any special Christmas wishes or New Year's wishes before we wrap things up?
I would just be so grateful if your listeners would take a listen to my album on Spotify or iTunes. Marty
Yes.
Thomas, Slow Dancing with the Boy.
Yes.
It is so hard to make music.
Wonderful
Yes.
post-Christmas gift
That.
if you're listening to this after Christmas. Alex?
I'll just wish everybody with my favorite religious statement. I'm of the church of none of my business, so I just mind my business and let people live their own fucking lives.
Love that. I want to thank you so much. Thank you, Ryan and JB. Next Saturday, we're going to have a brand new ass. We'll be talking to the author of a new book about the classic game show Match Game. I want to wish everyone Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa.
Merry Christmas,
We
Hanukkah,
love our
Kwanzaa.
listeners. And if you guys could grace us with just one last song, we're just going to bump out with my favorite Christmas song of all time, which is Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, made famous by the one and only Judy Garland, who I believe is Marty's spirit animal. Hit it, guys.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. From now on, your troubles will be out of sight.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Make the Yuletide gay. From now on, your troubles will be miles away. Here we are, as in olden days, happy golden days of yore. Faithful friends those who are dear to us gather near to us once more.
Through the years, we all will be together. If the fates allow.
Hang a shining star upon the highest bough. So have yourself a merry little Christmas. Have yourself